Welcome to After the Flag from Misano, which this time out we're bringing you from the Michelin tent. Now, you might be wondering, why is that? Well, two different reasons really. First of all is, of course, for the tyre choice from the race, but second of all, we needed something to give us a reference to the number 8. Well, the tyre choice for this race was 3 front slicks, 2 rear slicks, 2 wet tyres and 1 intermediate. So that means 8 different tyres for the weekend where we had our 8th different MotoGP winner.
Welcome to Misano, the sun is shining, yellow flags away from Valentino Rossi to those adoring fans. In pole position with a new lap record, Jorge Lorenzo. The lights are on, they're red, they're away, we're underway here in Misano.
Excellent start off the front row from pole position by Jorge Lorenzo. He looks like he's got the whole shot. Maverick Vinales is up the inside of Valentino Rossi. Rossi tries to fight back. Rossi will have the inside line, but it's Lorenzo that leads.
Here comes Rossi. Is he going to get up the inside at turn 14 on the brakes? The first gear corner. Valentino Rossi, and they touch, but Rossi leads the way. The crowd go wild. Marquez, he's got the inside this time around. I think Marquez is through. Has he made it stick? He has. Now moves up into 3rd place. Dani Pedrosa, is he going to get up the inside at turn 14? Oh, classic manoeuvre.
Pedrosa's just superb. There he goes. He's through at turn number 14. The exact same move he put on Marc Marquez a few laps ago. Pedrosa up in a 2nd place. Maverick Vinales has got to change position. It looks like Maverick Vinales has obviously exceeded the track limit, so Vinales will have to go into 6th place behind Andrea Dovizioso.
Pedrosa's, he may have enough.
Oh, he's through!
Up the inside.
Pedrosa through at turn 4. Pedrosa leads the Misano Grand Prix for the first time.
History in the making. Dani Pedrosa is going to become the 8th winner this season in MotoGP. Dani Pedrosa wins here in Misano.
Valentino Rossi put up a valiant fight for 2nd place. Jorge Lorenzo back on the podium in 3rd. Marc Marquez, a lonely and pretty disconsolate 4th place for the World Championship leader. Pedrosa, with that soft option front tyre, just had by far the superior pace.
I had a better feeling, but I never use this tyre in hot condition. I only use in the morning, and I was a bit scared in the start because I knew I can see he was the only one with this tyre, and I didn't know what to think in the start. But a little later, I say, okay, it's done. So I focus on this. I try to manage. And I try to do my style, so it worked for me very well, and I was able to do a strong pace.
For me, from the bike, Dani have a small advantage on the rear because we had the soft option, but usually with his weight and his size, he stress a bit less the tire, especially on the left. That on the left, the tire was quite soft, and in fact I suffer compared to him also in the entry. But for me, was more from the rear because I think that the V is the right tire for him, but the K was the right tire for me. My front tire worked well. I think that he had this small advantage on the rear. Sometimes he have disadvantage because he's smaller and lighter. This time maybe he have a small advantage.
I think we make a great choice with the medium tire for our bike, but maybe for Dani, the soft one, because he brakes so smooth and very gentle with the brakes, was the right choice for, as I told you, for his riding and also for his bike. And today was his day, and he takes profit of it.
Yeah, I think about the tire choice. I think I did the best one for me, for my riding style. This time. We did the correct choice, but also the hardest option was the normal carcass of the pneumatic of the tire. Sorry, and yeah, the other ones were with the new carcass, and looks like with more temperature they were able to keep better. But for my riding style, and I was not able to race with the other ones.
So Dani Pedrosa's choice of the softer option front tyre paid off, whilst the Yamahas with the medium front and Marc Marquez with the hard option front just couldn't quite keep up. But you might be wondering, how can it be that bikes that are so similar, lap times that are so similar, can be done with 3 different types of front tyre options? Because in Misano, this isn't the first time where it's happened.
When people say Honda needs hard fronts, it's not true. Carl, Crutchlow and Marc need hard fronts. And Tito as well. But somebody like Dani, he doesn't need hard fronts. So he's very smooth with the tires. Here you get a lot of stress on the front tire, because you have 3 consecutive rides at very high speed, and basically when somebody is very smooth on the front and not very demanding, it can pick up a softer compound and make it live through the race and get benefit from it, because the softer compound will have more grip, in most of the corners. So it's what Danny did, and we're very happy, to see him back at the front, because he's got a great potential. I mean, he showed that many times. He won many GPs. He had a difficult start of the season, but he showed today that when everything, tire choice, when the bike setup and so on, suits his riding style, he's back there with the top guys. I think if they would race tomorrow, they would pick the same front tires, and Jorge and Vade would keep the medium, and Danny, of course, would keep the soft. I don't think it would change. I mean, you don't change your riding style drastically, that quickly, and every rider has got his own style, and he's got advantages and disadvantages depending on the place where you go to.
Now on to Moto3, and it was local boy Enea Bastianini who got the best start, whilst it was other local boy Nicolo Bulica who had to be pretty aggressive early on just to make up for a bit of a botched start. But by lap 6 it was the championship leader Brad Binder who'd made his way up to the front, whilst Jorge Navarro, one of his only rivals, unfortunately crashed out in turn 14 with a nasty little crash. So the battle for third was then between Joan Mir and Buliga, as Binder and Bastianini fought for the lead. There was drama as Mir was told to drop a place from third for exceeding track limits, though he fought back brilliantly to retake third, whilst Bastianini made his move on Binder, only to be robbed in the last lap by some brilliant riding by the South African. So it was Binder from Bastianini and Mir, with the championship leader now able to win the title in Aragon next time out. And now on to Moto2, and it was Johan Zarco and Lorenzo Baldassari that led in the first lap, whilst it was Takaki Nakagami, our other front row starter, who got a little bit out of shape in the early stages. Soon it was Franco Morbidelli's turn to lead, though not for long, as Alex Rins took over at the front despite riding with an injured collarbone. He soon pulled the lead with Baldassari in tow, as Sam Lowes, Morbidelli, Zarco and Tom Luthi fought it out behind, though Lowes unfortunately crashed out in turn 15. At the front, it was then Baldassari who closed in on Rins in the final stages and managed to pass him for the lead. Rins tried to fight back but ran off track, meaning he had to settle for second. So, a very first win for the young Baldassari in front of his home fans, with Rins in second and Nakagami in third. So after 3 great races, with 4 race weekends in the space of only 5 weeks, I think it's fair to say that the majority of riders and mechanics are looking forward to a little bit of a break. But we will be back in Aragon in 2 weeks' time, where battle will recommence. See you then.